everybody. Welcome to 10 Minutes in Tinseltown. I'm Ms. Liz, and this is Lohr from LauraLohr.com and My Mommy Can Run. And she is with me here tonight live in studio from sunny Southern California and San Diego. And I'm so happy to have you here with me, Laura.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. This is exciting.
So we've been looking forward to doing an episode of 10 Minutes in Tinseltown together via Spreecast, but from San Diego to here. But because Laura is in town this weekend for the Lifestyle Blog National Conference, she is here with me today. So that's where we were today, and so we're going to share our experience at the conference, and we'll show you what we got in our swag bags. And we have our friend Ruth Zinkich from California Pocket, SoCal Pocket Memories, and she's on with us. And then why don't you tell us your first impressions of the conference?
You know, I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect, and when I walked into the room, it was just everything was all just set up perfectly, and it was just there wasn't too many people in that they limited how many people in the conference, so it was kind of cozy, and it made it nice because we were sitting in big tables where we got to interact with other people. The panelists were amazing. There was all different backgrounds and perspectives, and not all of the advice worked for everyone, but there were some really good things to think about, and I really took away a lot of different perspective that I didn't have before.
Well, I felt the same way. I thought like the networking and meeting with everybody and seeing everybody was just really, it was a really warm, inviting thing, especially because I had been to 2 of these before, and this one really was so flawless, and everybody just...
It was all the way down to the food. Everything was perfect.
Everything was really neat. It was nice, and I learned a few things, especially at the breakout session. I got to go to the one on video podcast or vlogging, and so I learned a lot about the equipment that I can use to make this all better, and some tips, about producing your videos and putting them on YouTube or what have you.
And
lighting. And sound and cameras. So that was neat. And then the panel discussion with Carolyn West from SoCal Lady Bloggers.
Carolyn.
That was really cool. And also Aliyah Williams, she's also from SoCal Lady Bloggers. And then Krista O'Leary spoke. So they were really fantastic, and they talked a lot about building your business from having a blog or having a blog for your business and making that your career. So that was really informative. And so we had a great time. So if you went and you want to share your views, or if you want to ask some questions, go ahead. And then later we'll share with you what we got in our cool swag bags, because we got some really great stuff, and there are some great brands represented.
Absolutely. There really was. There was some great chances to connect.
Yeah. What was it like on Friday? What did you see that I didn't see? Because I didn't get to go yesterday. It was just yesterday.
Well, the food, obviously, because there was some really great LA restaurants and food from different areas, and like the food concierge that sponsored the conference. They were fantastic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, yesterday they had a panel that was kind of going over the do's and don'ts of blogging. And, I think that there was some honest reviews and some honest first look from people that may not necessarily be bloggers, and that was interesting.
Oh, they had like a reader's review, right? Oh, yes. I would have liked to see.
Only one person on the panel that had actually had experience blogging, and the rest of them were just their first impression. So it was good to hear just a regular person that's not in PR and not a blogger, what they think about things like ads and subscriptions to the newsletter and those things.
Did you learn anything revealing that you hadn't thought of before?
I don't know if I necessarily learned something, but it kind of reminded me that I need to look at my blog and what I do with fresh eyes, as if I hadn't ever seen it before, and what kind of impression I leave. Is it easy to find ways to connect with me? And just kind of really reminded me I need to be very choosy about what I put on there. If my blog's cluttered or
they didn't like that kind of stuff, like a lot of busyness.
Yeah, and layout. How important it is for someone to navigate around and find what they're looking for. And the one thing that they really talked about was when you first go to a blog, to be able to right away pick up on who the person is, what they're about, without having to read the bio. And I hadn't quite thought about that. I've had the bio up there, but just really
That's good.
Putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, that kind of leads me into some questions that we have on our board here. So, did they talk at all about SEO so much this conference? I heard the term SEM. What's that? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I
would have to Google. About SEM.
That's just different. I would have to Google it.
Okay. And then, so do you have an SEO tip? Does everybody know what SEO is? Search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Which means find me on Google fast. And we all want the top, first page when you Google something that we're talking about.
They did talk yesterday about making sure that what you put into your SEO is relevant. That you're really finding terms that really bring the right people to your blog. So that was a big thing that they kind of touched on. And Ruth has answered her question.
Oh, SEM, search engine marketing, is a form of internet marketing that involves the promotion of websites by increasing their visibility in search engine results. Okay, English for people who aren't bloggers would mean that it's a way of marketing using advertising. So almost this, I don't know. But as far as SEM, that's the next thing you need to know. So maybe we'll do a 10 minutes on Tinseltown with a little research first. But she's like, what? All right. Edit this portion, don't forget. Okay, so going back to SEO, do you have a tip that works for you as far as SEO for your group, for your blog?
I use the Yoast plugin.
You do?
I do, and I try to make sure that I have all the spots filled in. But I've really learned by looking at my where my traffic comes from to be really very specific about things, and specific and broad at the same time, because I want to make sure I'm touching on anything that would interest someone reading that post, or draw the people in that would be interested in reading that post.
So does it make a difference? Say, you do a review on a movie. And do you put the person's name in as a keyword, and is that going to bring that up when the star of the movie is being, typed in?
I have. I actually did a review on a Disney movie recently with Kevin Costner. So I put his name in the tag. Since he was the main star, and I knew that would be a search term that somebody that was interested in the movie might be interested in finding out more about that. Maybe
I feel like I do that, And then there's a couple things I always do, but I don't know really if they work, but I do see myself, if I search for Ms. and Liz, actually it's come up, but if I search for those terms, sometimes I'm lucky and it does come up pretty high on a list. Never number one or anything like that, but you'll see it on the first page if you have a really big computer. And so the things that I do is bold and highlight and italicize the keywords, but not every time, but a lot of the main points. And then I use headings, the different size headings, and pictures. That in the pictures I use, I put the what do you call it? Information in the background.
The
alt text. Always put something in alt text, and you always put my blog the whole URL. In the alt text.
Now that's not something I've done yet.
I always do that, and I'll say, and if I took the picture myself, I put a copyright in the alt text in case it comes up on Google, and then and it would bring it back to my site. And then what else do I always do? The keywords. Oh, and I learned this at the National Book Conference last year, Style Blogger, to put phrases as the keywords that are in your title. And since I always try to do the 6-word title, have you ever heard of that?
I just heard about that yesterday.
Yeah. Really?
Actually, they were talking about making sure that I have these really long titles, and I
learned that at Bloggy Bootcamp in Vegas. And because I went to the writer.
Where I was when they were talking about
that. I went to the writers' work breakout session for that one, and I learned about the 6-word title, and I've been using it ever since. And sometimes I do more, and I'll add the hashtag or a Twitter name or something. But I try to keep it to the 6 words, and then I try to use a phrase, the first part or the second part in my in the very beginning. I don't know. Those are my tips. Tell me if they work for you. What advice do you have for someone that has never done any races?
That's a good question.
That's a health and fitness question for our friend here.
My advice for anyone starting a fitness plan, of course, the obvious one, the first one is to check with your doctor before you start any workout program. And that's something that I actually do when it's been a while since I've had some injuries that have put me out the season or two. And I try to do a yearly physical and be real honest with my doctor about what I'm doing. And so that's my first tip. But secondly is to have a plan. A lot easier if I have an end goal, whether it be at the end of 12 weeks, I want to be able to run 3 miles without stopping, or starting even with smaller goals, which I just recently had to do, was to be able to run a full mile without stopping because I had got so out of shape. So to start with small goals that are attainable, where you won't get frustrated, and then have that, which is something else we talked about today, was having a big goal and breaking it into digestible pieces. And that's
almost
really the secret.
Everybody talked about goals within, even the video breakout, they talked about SMART goals, and since she used that acronym too.
Yeah.
And so, it really can apply to everything, your blogging, your business, and running and fitness. Just kind of set those little goals and get moving. I guess
absolutely.
Walking first probably would help for me.
Yes. Well, and the thing is I the first time I set out to run a marathon, I had been running for a couple years and seriously running, and I ended up about 2 months before about a month and a half before the marathon, I found out I was pregnant. And I didn't get to finish my marathon, and all my friends were running, and I was really sad. And
Allison, it's all your fault.
I wasn't sure I was ever going to be able to do a marathon. But the thing is that you have to be prepared for those things that'll happen. And when Allison was 6 months old, the day she was 6 months old, I finished my first marathon. So, sometimes these goals take longer than we think they're going to.
Yeah. How many marathons have you run in all?
I have run 2.
Okay.
And I have trained for many.
Wow.
And not all of them.
Still, like really,
the half marathons are more my speed.
Okay.
And I've been through quite a few trainings, but there's a lot of time commitment, and you need to be on point with your training. You can't skip training. You have to have your nutrition on track. The half marathons seem to be a little easier to manage. So it's...
The most I ever did was a 5K, and I walked half of it, but it was still really exciting to come through that finish line.
That is
I have
fun.
to say that was a high. What are your favorite posts that you have ever done? Do you have some favorite posts that you've written on your blog as well?
I think my favorite posts are my race reports, and I often go back and read some of them because I have quite a few of them on my blog, and they're way back. But it's exciting to read it because there was so many. I mean, that process between going from a half marathon to a full marathon, I was able to do things that I didn't know I was able to do, and there was a lot of anguish and defeat in some of those, and to read through that and see where I was. And
that's your book, Lohr.
That is my book.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. See, I knew there was a reason why I was here.
You're welcome. So, what are you gearing up to do now that you're back full force, blogging again with passion and excitement? And you've been doing some reviews and some things on your blogs and sponsored posts, but what is your next big move? Do you have some plans and goals?
I would like to do at least one more marathon at some point, but I'm at that point where I know I have to break it into a smaller piece. And I really am getting my health together, and I've been going through this period of trying to get organized and really do some do some soul searching and figure out what are my goals and why, and how am I going to get there. And so I think there's going to be some reevaluating where I'm at and where I'm going.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you can't really go anywhere unless you know where you're at. Okay, so, but seriously, it is important to take the time to search your thoughts and know what you might be ready to reinvent yourself, and before you do, you have to really look inward and find out what it is that you want to do. So you can we talked about last night, we got into deep discussions, and we talked a little bit about like how you have to break out of your shell, your seed, in order to emerge and grow, and you have to shed that shell and just get past it. And so that's something that we do again and again throughout our lives, and with our blogs, especially being creative people, and it takes a lot of energy to build up that part of us that's going to write and share out there. And so if you have something that you're going to accomplish with that, like write a book or speak at a conference or run a freaking marathon, it takes a lot from inside. It does. So, Laura, what is the thing that you're most passionate about? Is it fitness or parenting, or just tell me what's the thing that really is your big rock, like we were talking about today, the big rock.
I think the thing I'm most passionate right now about is I'm gonna be 42 this year, and being in my 40s has been a transformative experience for sure. I'm learning that I can do things. I'm learning that I can do things that I didn't think I could do, and I think that now that I feel like I'm kind of I've reached that point where I'm a grown up now, and
no turning back.
And I'm really passionate about living healthy and having balance in mind, spirit, body, every part of it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what my takeaway for being 40 now is like now I don't. I kind of feel like I got to screw around for all those years, and now I'm a grown up.
No, that's not really true.
But no, I want to have some balance. I want to figure out that there's and have time to have fun and have time to be serious and to really just take good care of me so I can take care of the people that I need to take care of in my life.
And that's what it takes, is you have to take care of yourself and take good care of yourself. I mean, spend some time and some energy on making yourself feel good and healthy so that you can be the best you. So that's really awesome. I really love this person. You know what? Laura and I actually met at the blogging boot camp in Las Vegas we figured it was ago. I was first conference that I went to, and I just kind of joined SoCal Lady Bloggers, and we had a little meetup at the hotel and in the lobby, and
it was
just
wonderful.
Kind of did this call out to whoever's here from SoCal Lady Bloggers can, and we had a big group that came, and Laura and I sat next to each other and just started talking, and we did a selfie.
And we giggled like we knew each other forever.
And then when I was in San Diego for Women Get Social last year, we got together and went out to dinner and hung out. When we were in Vegas, we went out to dinner. So, food is really important to us as far as celebrating and enjoying being with a group of people and a group of like-minded bloggers. It's just really strengthening in numbers and meeting somebody who you have things in common with, even though if you look at us on paper, we have very little in common. She's got a daughter, I've got 3 sons, she's into fitness, I'm like, fit what? And, but we do have a lot in common because we are passionate about blogging, and then our husbands are like the same person almost. Really, they're so much alike, and we really like to talk about how wonderful they are and how lucky we are. So.
And we got to go to the Hofbrauhaus in Las Vegas, and that was a connecting experience for all of us. And our husbands were there too.
That was crazy. If you've never been to the Hofbrau, I actually wrote a blog post about it. So I guess what would you search for Hofbrauhaus? Vegas German food or something. I don't know. You find it. But that's how we met. So we've known each other for about 4 years, I guess, now, 4 years. So that's our little story. So you're passionate about taking care of yourself and taking care of the people that you love, which is pretty cool. What do you do for fun, like when you're not doing all the amazing things?
I kind of like naps.
That doesn't count. I don't accept that as an answer. Do you have a hobby or a craft or something interesting that you like to do?
I do like the running. It really is my mental health.
Anything else. I don't accept that.
I enjoy going to the beach with my family and just wandering around. We live it's about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic, away by car. And we like to go to Lohr, and we have a couple favorite beaches. And my husband Eric used to be a surfer, and he's coming back. He's making a comeback.
Ooh, it's never too late. Don't ever give up on your dreams.
And so we like to go and get our feet wet, and we have a goal during the summertime to go to the beach at least once a week. And we don't always hit the goal, or sometimes we go a couple of times, but that is our goal every summer.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome. I enjoy doing that.
What about the essential oils? Do you consider that something you like to do for fun?
I had just started exploring the essential oils, and I really am having fun.
I know these secrets.
And
what do you do with essential oils? It's kind of like a sweaty balls intro, but what do you do with your oil?
Well, actually, now that you put it that way, I went to a passion party with the essential oils. Okay. Well, it didn't start that way, but there was a Valentine's passion party, and we went and we made some little I don't know another way to say it, kind of potions.
Oh, love potion number 9.
And but I like to diffuse the oil. There's a couple that I like. I'm using the Young Living essential oils, and there's one called Valor, and another one called Grounding that I'm really liking, and I see kind of in the mood to work, and I love it.
Do you write blog posts about it, about essential oils, or about the brand?
I just started exploring like some do-it-yourself kind of healthy, non-toxic different things. And,
oh, right, with the like hand soaps?
Yes.
Yeah, she does her own hand soaps that make the foam.
Yeah, foaming hand soap and with the essential oil, and it smells really good. And I made one of the things we made at the passion party was some homemade bath salts.
Oh, those are neat, and these probably smell really good.
Smell really good.
That's so nice.
So I don't know if I'm going to share them.
That's something that it has so many elements. It's kind of crafty. You're creating something. It's something you can give as a gift. It's something you can write about. Plus, it's something that if you use for yourself, that's taking care of yourself. So that's a really great thing to be doing. So I was wondering if you had gotten into the essential oils as a sponsored post, because we have a question here about what tips would you give for pitching yourself to brands. And I don't know if they covered that at the conference, but because that's something I think they covered heavily last time. But when you're pitching brands, do you do that for your blog?
I have. I'm not with the essential oils. I actually have a friend that started writing some posts about healthy living and healthy alternatives to things. She has children that have allergies, and so she started writing these posts about the different ways that she was switching over cleaning products and, for lotions and things that the kids weren't allergic to, and they were allergic to the smells of the perfumes and things. So she got into it, and then I started getting into it. For pitching myself to brands, I have done that a couple times, and it's worked out really well. My husband and I have been with Verizon for many years, and I had an opportunity to meet with the Verizon people at a luncheon at the Blogger conference a couple of years ago. And it's really a brand that I really love. And so I love my tools and my toys, and so I ended up I pursued them, and I think this would be a really good fit, and I ended up meeting with one of the representatives for the West Coast and with Verizon, and I've been working with them ever since. They send me different products every couple months, and I get to geek out on.
So when you met with them, did you do anything that you would advise to people who want to pitch a brand? Did you say, did you do an elevator speech, or did you show them your stats? I mean, what does one do when they want to, get a big sponsorship like Verizon?
I wrote an email initially, and I said, "This is who I am. This is what I'm interested in. My husband is a computer programmer. I'm a blogger. I love technology, and this, it's kind of like I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship kind of thing." And I didn't get an answer from them right away, and I resent the email and said, something along the lines of, maybe you missed this.
Oh, wow.
And
so you were persistent.
I did. I was persistent because I know how my email gets lost in piles. So I decided to write it. And they got back with me, and I had the opportunity to meet face to face. And I said, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. Very passionate about technology. And I think that it would be really great.
To sell yourself, but in an authentic way, I think. Just be like really sure of yourself.
Yeah.
I felt that way when I met with Coca-Cola. I thought, like, I want to just, I'm someone who drinks Coke and I like the brand, so why not just be who I am? And if they like me, that's great. But I didn't really have to go deeper except for just to represent myself. And so, you just never know, but you gotta at least try.
It was natural. It had to be natural. Like
Yeah.
if it was something else, like I don't know if it was selling like shoes, or I mean if it was a brand about
Tires.
shoes or something.
Like I got tires. I'm like I passed it up. Like somebody, do you want to test tires in your car? I'm like, not really.
No, that's not sexy to me. No.
I wouldn't mind having free tires, but I really don't think about tires very much. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not passionate about tires either. But it was something that I really was passionate about, and that was the reason why I pursued it as much as I did, because I could see the vision at the end, that it would be something interesting to my readers, and that I had something to offer them, and it would be fun and exciting, and it has been fun and exciting.
And that's something else you mentioned, vision, that came up a lot in the conference. Almost everybody, even the not keynote, but the speaker at the end, who is Cisco Pineda from Cisco Brothers Furniture, he talked about having a vision and never giving up and pursuing, your life goals, work even when things get hard. And that was kind of like an underlying theme that came up with everybody. And it's important to know. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to change gears a little bit and ask you, what is your favorite restaurant in San Diego? And do you have a favorite hot spot or restaurant or Hollywood spot to go to when you're in LA?
My favorite restaurant in San Diego. Wow, my husband and I like to go to so many different restaurants and try different things.
About it, Laura?
We love to go to downtown San Diego and try out new restaurants that we've never been to.
Okay.
But our favorite fallback restaurants are Reyes, that's in the Marriott, downtown San Diego, near Seaport Village.
Like a Hawaiian fusion?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And so we like to go there, and there's one in La Jolla and one in downtown, and we like to go to either one.
Okay, we have one there here. And I've been in to get gift cards, but I've never eaten there.
It's great. They have great sushi, and their desserts are to die for. But where else do we like to go? We like to go to the fish market too, because there's a beautiful view, and if it's just the two of us, we can just sit and look lovingly into each other's eyes.
Right. Right. Okay. Back from Dreamland. Tell me about the Magic Castle.
Oh, okay. Now that's what I like to do in Hollywood. It's really neat. My dad joined the Magic Castle about 25 years ago. He auditioned to become a member, and he had to.
Do you have to
perform.
be a magician to be a member?
Or there's different levels of. There's different. You can be an associate member, which a lot of movie stars auditions will do, for example, and that one's much more expensive.
Okay.
If you are a magician, you can become a full member, but you have to audition. So my dad had been dabbling with magic.
How neat.
And he had his whole routine practiced over and over, and he did it. He became a full member, and so we've been going for about 20 years.
Wow.
And we had our engagement party. That's where we went.
Was it magical?
It was very magical.
Sorry, I had to ask.
It's been a lot of fun, and it's a great way for us to meet up with friends and family, because we have family and friends that are in all different places. But it's a nice night up and maybe see some stars. And
is it a dinner theater kind of experience? Do they have what's it like? I've never been.
They have a restaurant, and you can choose to eat there. And if the member is not there and you get guest passes, you have to eat there.
Oh, okay. So
And yeah, you make a dinner reservation, and and the cool thing is if you end up eating at their restaurant, they give you sort of VIP passes, like front of the line passes to go to the big magic show, which if they're really crowded, it's hard to get into unless you have that.
dinner is part
Yeah,
of it. It's kind of like Club 33. Have you ever been to Club 33?
I haven't been. See, I need to go there.
Yeah, I don't have a membership. I was lucky enough to go there one time. Lito's friend's father has a membership, and we got to go. We took my dad and the boys when they were little. But that was a really neat experience. It's exclusive, and it's the only place in Disneyland, not counting California Adventures now, but it's the only place at Disneyland where you can have a cocktail and full 5-star restaurant, and everything is amazing. And it's like that the guests can go there, and then it includes your Disneyland, or at the time we went, it included your Disneyland pass. So you get your pass to go into Disneyland, full access, and then into the restaurant, but then you pay for your meal, which was what you would pay for to go into Disneyland. But you get this fabulous food and service. So
that's awesome.
It's pretty neat. But so I'm getting it. So how long, like if you and your family wanted to go to Magic Castle, do you have to make a reservation really far in advance?
If we had a small group, we could just basically come in. But if you're going to have dinner, you need to make a reservation. And when we've had a large party, we've had to let them know in advance because it's not a huge place. And the fire marshal comes in regularly, and they recently had a fire that destroyed part of the building, and the sprinklers are
It's a historic building, isn't it? Laura, do you have any magic tricks? Do you know any magic tricks?
I don't.
You don't?
No,
really?
I don't. No, I don't.
25 years of going to the Magic Castle, your dad being a magician.
I was even my dad's assistant.
Wow. Can he pull a rabbit out of his hat?
Probably not anymore. He did have doves. Really? He did have doves at one point.
So neat.
He had a one-legged dove, too.
Oh, my gosh.
It wasn't his fault.
This is the one we got tonight. Yay. And it says the food concierge, which...
there we go.
Okay, good shot at that. So that was when the food concierge was kind of like a catering service that handled all the different companies that came in with the food and drinks throughout the whole conference. So she was really a part of the conference. It was neat. And so, here, you show yours. And let's see if you have a
All right.
That's some cool stuff. What did you get? That's about the weirdest thing. Mine is gone. I think Lito grabbed it already.
Well, what's cool about it is you can put like strawberries or cucumber, and it infuses your water.
Oh, that's neat. Without getting it mixed into your water. Which why wouldn't you want?
So it doesn't get all soggy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a water purist. I drink purified drinking water.
You were. Now you don't have to be.
Okay, so we got that. We've got a Beverly Hills Rejuvenation Center gift card, so we can get a consultation at this place and be rejuvenated in Beverly Hills. That's exciting.
These are so cute. I love these.
What is this?
This is Besame, and it's a lipstick sampler. And these little matchsticks are actually lipstick. They're very cute.
Like a sample lipstick. I'm going to use one right now to show you. I think I'll use the one in the middle.
There you go.
So you pull it off like a match, and then you get hot lips. Like this. Ah, just enough for one application, I guess. Oh yeah, because I wouldn't want to pull this back out.
Don't want to see it.
And then it's a really fancy brand, Besame, which I've heard a lot of things about, bloggers. And it's this really cool little matchbook case. Prepare to be admired, it says.
It's very cute. And actually the colors are colors that I would choose.
Yeah, lots of, like a variety of colors.
Yeah.
Well, actually it looks like 2 colors. So you get multiple times you can use those 2 colors. So that's pretty cool. It's like in case you are out and you want to use it and refresh, you've got 2 more applications. You don't have to carry your whole lipstick, which I don't like to carry my lipstick a lot because it melts on me because it's so hot here all the time.
I know.
It is hot. What else do you get? A cookie.
We got hooked up with a cookie.
Hooked up. Shapewear. You can eat the cookies and it won't show because you're wearing this Better Than Spanx. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't use Spanx. Edit that. Hooked up shapewear. Get it up and keep it up is what it says. And it came with a really cool cookie from Brookie's Cookies. I see. So that's good. What else did you get?
This is a 3-day pass to Maker City, LA. And that is where our conference was held, in this unassuming building that you wouldn't guess by looking at it how really fancy and swanky it is on the inside. And this pass is for...
Yeah, so they have different rooms for co-working space and creative design studio space, and this will let you in for a couple of days to use the space.
That's pretty
neat.
That's pretty awesome.
It's really nice, hot, fancy rooms and beautifully decorated and artsy.
Big open space, too. Yeah. Very neat.
Yeah. Oh, and Fresh Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
See that pizza smiling? Ooh, he's so happy because we like Fresh Brothers. And there's a lot of locations around here. Calabasas, Beverly Hills, Brentwood, Hollywood, West. Oh my God, they have a lot more locations than I thought. Newport Beach, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Marina del Rey, Westlake Village, Encino. That's the closest one to me besides Calabasas. And Westwood. It's a virtual store. Do you think that's like a virtual pizza?
There's virtual galleries.
We'll have to ask. So anyway, we each get one free personal one-topping pizza.
And I got to try it for the first time, and it was...
That's cool. I missed out.
Ooh.
Pretty necklaces from, I don't know how to say this. Elements.net. Shopelements@gmail.com. Elements. And this is just a really pretty, mine has pearls.
Ooh, and you've got little...
Oh, I love a little bling on the back. A little bling. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I think
That's
that'll
pretty.
be...
Okay, so that's fun.
My daughter will probably not let me have that.
Oh, mine's purple.
And I've been into orange lately, too. It's like they knew.
Cheers. Cheers. I'm trying to clink. So, yeah, it's always nice to get some OPI. I think OPI likes bloggers, and this is some new colors. Mine is Hello Hawaii. 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 I'm not drunk, really. I have not been drinking.
Well, mine says, is Mai Tai crooked? Mai Tai, like the drink.
I see. In Hawaii, this must be one of their new sets of colors or their last summer's colors, who knows. But I'm going to try it. And then I might also stick on a few of these. Cha-Cha Covers is a Latina-owned gift brand founded by artist and entrepreneur Ana Guijarro. I don't know. I have no pronunciation, so sorry. Anyhow, Ana has been making handmade gift items for over a decade, and they are really awesome, actually. If you go and look at her Instagram, you can see a lot of really amazing artwork, and that she ends up making into those stick-on nail things. Very unique.
I like those.
She was there last year. She was a speaker last year.
Those are very cool. I'll try them.
There was one more thing in mind. Did you get this too? Okay, cool. So, Studio Artology. This was, we were talking to her.
Yes.
Marissa, I think.
Yes.
And so she makes these handmade cards. And she had, I don't have it with me, but she had her business cards that are hand painted and then covered with vellum, and then she sews it. And if you could see this, it's actually sewn with a sewing machine around the edges between the paper, holding the paper together.
Yeah, right.
So it makes a neat design. It's very clever. So she does all this by hand.
Ooh, handmade and
One more thing. One of the
the
major
grand
sponsors,
prize.
Miriam. So full size, pretty little bags of Miriam AD, age-defying treatment. So we need to be treated for our age.
Our defiance. It's not so much the age as it is the defiance.
Yeah. So they had, if anybody out there who's a blogger is interested in working with Miriam, you should get in touch with them because
they were there and they were
really
very open and excited to work with bloggers and they had a very nice display and here we go. We'd love for you to try our product and if you love it, tweet us a thanks Miriam.
Thanks, Miriam. We'll be treating you, tweeting you, and treating you, and thanking you. And thank all the sponsors. Thank Anna Lydia Monaco for another amazing conference that brought us together for this weekend for 10 minutes in Tinseltown. And anything you want to add? Any questions? Do you have any questions for me? She knows everything about me, so there's no questions to ask.
I know I've been talking more than I've been listening.
Well, we have been doing a lot of talking. So if you want to know anything about Laura Lohr or Mommy Can Run or LauraLohr.com, be sure to see her on Twitter because she's really wanting to amp up her at Can Run. And then you can check her out at LauraLohr.com and encourage her in her quest for her next marathon. I can't wait to be there. I'll be there for you. That'd be fun. So
you'll have plenty of time to prepare.
Hey, who knows? You know, I might.
Maybe you'll run it with me.
So anyway, thank you so much for being on 10 Minutes in Tinseltown with me, and time to rock it out. Get some dance on. Get your dance. Time to dance. Ruth, are you dancing with us? She likes to dance. I like to dance too. Good night.
Good night.